Grimer. And when the developers were trying to come up with the original 151 Pokemon, they must have thought, I know what we need is a big pile of, poison. Exactly what I was thinking. I always thought this was just lazy when I saw it. Well, I didn't when I first saw it, I was in awe of the game. And I was trying to look at what Pokemon have not been used in challenge runs, and Grimer is nowhere. Well, I don't think he's been done, so I thought let's give it a go. Right, first, drop bears, be back in 30 seconds. Do you live in Australia? Do you want to get your hands on G Fuel, but you don't want to pay those high costs from America, or face the potential danger going outside from drop bears? Well, let Gamer Fuel solve that problem. They're Australia's #1 distributor of G Fuel across the country, and if you go to their website today and use the code HBT, you get 10% off their order, which is fantastic. I'm using myself, and I want everyone to get on it too. You can find the link in the description below. And remember, stay safe and look out for those drop bears. I should say, if you do like my content, I have a podcast which I do every 2 weeks where I talk about Pokemon and some non-Pokemon related stuff, but it's where I can just ramble about what's on my mind. And the second week is the adventures of Shitarita and its quest to beat every game. So please, if you do like my stuff, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep up with what's going on. I call my rival CPC, and this is because they just started the Shitarita adventure, and the Christian Pokemon champion was giving me shit, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to stick it on you again. I get my Grimer and I'm going to be very clever, so I call it Muck Backwards. I'm not telling you what that spells, but I'll leave it with you to decide that one. CPC starts with Charmander and the battle begins, and what the fuck is that? That is haunting. Like, seriously? Like, what the fuck? How does that look like a picture of this? Now, unlike Jinx, I am armed with just Pound and Disable, and that is fucking shit. And guess what? I am not learning anything for a long time. Like fucking forever. Like, are you having a laugh forever? I went after Geodude and what the this isn't working, is it? Time to go back to Viridian Forest and kill every other motherfucker I can see and just not regret anything. Screw you, Peter. I went back to Brock at level 22. Fucking 22. And have we learnt anything? Fuck, have we learnt anything? So I'm just pounding Brock and hoping I get critical hits. I'm still doing bugger all, but the main point is, so is he. With Onyx, he's just doing 3 HP with Tackle, and I know I'm doing more. When it decides to use Bide, I just use Disable to put a stop to that shit. I then just return to pounding. Eventually, I beat the snake, having pounded it into floppy existence. But by doing so means I can actually get on with the goddamn game, and Muck Backwards has an absolute field day, clearing up anything he can see. Well, what do you expect? I'm level 23. I meet CPC at Cerulean City and knew this was going to be a joke. Gus does bugger all to me and it takes £3 to finish it off. Abra, well, it's just Abra, and I look at it with disgust. The Rattata goes down in 1, and finally it's a Charmander, and I get a critical hit which makes the battle all but over. And I make sure I fight all the trainers up north to get the extra experience before fighting Misty because of fear of. Misty, oh Misty, I'm not fighting you yet because I don't have to, and more importantly, I get to level goddamn 30 and pick up a new move, and it can poison things for the love of all things holy. I also go pick up Body Slam to now make the game an absolute joke. Whilst also on the boat, I went after CPC instead to fight the Singing Wanker. He starts with a big fat bird again, and Muck Backwards can now smash it with one Body Slam. God, this move is so good. Raticate also gets slammed in 1, the Kadabra has confusion and nearly kills me before going down. Finally it's Charmeleon, nothing to worry about there, although Sabrina is gonna be a problem, I can just see it now. Now I do go after Misty, Staryu can't take a slam and it goes down. The Starmie does take 1, but it can't take being pressed the second time. I then forgot it doesn't have a psychic move to this battle, so I could have just fought it earlier. And when I hit level 33, I get a chance to learn Minimize, but I refuse to because these sort of moves are banned during my runs now. Maybe back in the day, but I've grown up then since I started doing YouTube. After this, I went on a walk on a cave, by myself, in the dark. Question, how the fuck do other trainers see you? Like, I can't see them, so how the hell are they seeing me? This is absolute plot bullshit. I mean, I can't see a thing. Like, I'm doing this shit by memory. It's like muscle memory, like driving a geared car. Well, not you Australians and Americans, you drive automatics. Learn how to use a bloody geared car, stick. Geared cars are far more fun driving on bends. Automatics take away the fun. It's like not Mario Kart, for God's sake. I don't know, throw turtles or bananas at people. Sorry, I'm getting off topic here, but you get my point. I just need to calm down a little bit. Look, okay. At level 37, I learn Sludge, and finally I can start pounding things, and now I have a stab move. Not stab as in, I'm going to stab someone, that would be silly. Although, to be fair, some of these moves must actually stab Pokemon. We cannot deny the reality there. Either way, no more pound jokes. Yes, my hand can't take any more. I go after Geomate just because I can. He started Onyx and I missed Poison Gas twice, but I got it on eventually. I used Sludge and get a critical to win, but it was not fun. Rhyhorn, well, it uses Horn Attack, which ends up killing me. Another example how of me not going into battle with full health, because I feel I can roll the game with a pile of dog turd against literal rocks. Like, how the fuck are they born rocks? Like, how? Don't give me that, it's game logic. I just need some goddamn answers. Right, let's try this again. I slam the Onyx out the way to get to Rhyhorn. I get the gas off first time and keep trying to disable the Horn Attack, which just failed. I get a critical body slam, which means it was open to being removed, but the Kangaskhan just finished me off with ease. I'm losing to Giovanni, and it's not even the third battle, it's the first. When does this happen? Not just to me, to anyone. I can do this, you piece of shit. The Onyx is brushed aside and I get through the Rhyhorn with 56 HP remaining, and I hope that's enough. Gia then uses a guard spec, which means I think I can win this one, but then it uses Comment Punch and oh look, I lose again. What the fuck is going on? A third time I get to Kanga again with 76 HP, and this time it misses Comet Punch and then uses Rage, and I can tell Geomate to fuck right off. I should not be getting this angry early on, like I've only got 2 badges as well, like I still even fought Surge yet, what the hell is wrong with me? So let's go do Erica. She starts with Victreebel and I'm so overleveled against this thing. Wrap is doing nothing and 2 slams get rid of it. Tangler gets paralysed and wiped out next turn. Vileplume gets a slam and Mega Drain is like a little tickle, which means it's an easy win. Well, it was always going to be one of the easier ones, wasn't it? Finally, I do go take on Lieutenant Surge, and it's going to be a breeze. Voltorb is nearly half my level, and it goes down. The Rat just faints on me, and the beautiful Raichu goes down with a sad look in its eyes. I go onwards and meet CPC again, who starts with a Fat Bird, and it goes down in 1 Body Slam. The Execute goes down in 1 Sludge. His Gyarados does survive a Body Slam, but not a second. The Kadabra, I'll just piss off. And finally, it's Charmeleon, and that's down in 1. Yes, I know what you're all thinking, my levels are a lot higher at this point. Whilst in the Ghost Tower, I learn Harden instead of Disable, because I'm going to need it for the badge boost glitch later on. Oh yes, we are abusing the absolute fuck out of it. Now it's time for the Purple vs Purple, Poison vs Poison Koga. He starts with Coughing and I use Harden straight away to start boosting my stats because Poison moves are physical in this generation. I use 1 Body Slam to get rid of it. The Muck comes out and my first Body Slam does a chunk and I'm able to get rid of it with some Sludge. The second Coughing falls like the first and out comes the Wheezing and it uses Self-Destruct, but thanks to me using Harden prior, see, I know what I'm doing. I survive with ease and take my next badge. Time for CPC, again. So Stupid Boy went into this one without full health, didn't I? I took on the fucking Fat Bird and Sludge does a chunk and I can remove it with 1 more hit. Execute goes down in 1 hit because it's just piss weak. Gyarados just wants to lair me, so I use Sludge and get away with it, and it takes 2 to get it down. Alakazam comes out and fuck. See, imagine if I take on Sabrina, I am fucked. Well, I should try this with full health, shouldn't I? Again, Sludges easily see off the Fat Bird and the Execute. The Gyarados uses Dragon Rage, which really doesn't help my cause, as we must be speed tied as I go first next time. Next out comes the Alakazam and I survive, and yep, so does the Alakazam. Shit. Okay, time to abuse the glitch, and time to Harden. And who is better to use Harden against? The Shitbird. And thanks to my boost, it goes down in 1, and so does Execute. The Gyarados uses Leer, which is great, and it goes down in 1. The Alakazam is now slower, and down it goes. Finally, it is Charizard, and 1 Sludge sees it off, the bastard. Like, seriously, screw you. God, I'm going to have to rely on this trick so much. I do need to calm down. But it's straight to fight Geomate, and I'm hoping I can just walk through this one. Geomate sends out his Nidorino, so it just Body Slam the twat in 2 hits. Kangaskhan takes on a Sludge and Dio decides to use a guard spec. Cheers! Down you go. Rhyhorn gets gassed, but the Horn Attack could be a problem, so I just use Harden like nuts as it's going to try and use attack moves on me. I am able to kill it with the boosts, and this just means Nidoqueen does not facing a slam and down it goes next turn. And this is a pretty easy one, but rock Pokemon are going to start pissing me off. I have to leave Sabrina until as late as possible, so I go get some extra experience. I take on Blaine and go for the Growlithe, and well, that was just odd. I use Harden and the Growlithe uses Agility. Oh yes, why? Because the enemy AI. It just sees a psychic move, it sees it's a super effective, and it will just use it, so I can just boost for fun and laugh. Once done, I click buttons and don't even have to look. You know what? I'm not even looking anymore. I'm just going to talk about what's coming up next. We've got Pokeball nonsense and the usual Shittery's reaction. Okay, that was a bit over the top, but oh well, the usual bollocks is out the way. Seriously, you should come join the podcast and on Twitch for Shitterita. We get to speak a lot more of shite. Right, big breath. We can't avoid this anymore. I need to take on Sabrina. I can't skip the game. Well, I could. I could just actually skip the whole game and be done with it. Be a bit of a shit idea, but I could. Sabrina starts with Kadabra, which is not a great start, and it turns out I'm screwed as I'm already slower and 2 Psychics mean death, which means there's no point carrying on because I'm fucked as there's an Alakazam in the back. This means I do need to get more experience. I have to, otherwise it's the end of the game. I go back at level 52 and now I can finish off the Kadabra in one body slam. Mr. Shit is next and I have to gamble. I start hardening to get my boost, and because the Mr. Mime wants to fuck around, I do manage to get a load of boosts in and I can finish it. The Venomoth goes down in one and now it is the Alakazam. Thankfully I now have the speed and down it goes in one body slam. Okay, that's not as bad as it could have been. Well, I think if Mr. Shit did not act like a twat, well, I suppose it should did me a favour, and there's no way level 52 would have been enough. Well, now I've done the main problem, we only got a few battles to get it done, and I should be alright. Geomate is ready for the last time, and he started Rhyhorn, so I just start using Hardening again to get my boosts in, and Rhyhorn just lets me do it. Like, I laugh as it's just letting me have fun. I start sludging, and it's doing fuck all, but at least it goes down. Dugtrio, however, does go down in one. Nidoqueen is also sent in one shot, and the Nidoking says bye-bye too. Finally, it is Raiden, and it just wants to use Fissure, which is a ground move, but in Generation 1 it only works on Pokemon slower than the user, which means, oh fuck are you. 6 battles hopefully left to go. The fucking fat bird is first, and whoopee, it wants to use Agility, because Gen 1 AI, which means I'm free to boost and destroy it with ease. The Rhyhorn, well I gas it and 2 body slams is all I need. The Execute, why do I even bother going through this one? Gyarados, there we go. Alakazam, yeah, I get fucked, but then I level up, which means I lose the additional boosts. I now need a Sludge to help, although Charizard uses Rage, which makes this an easy win. What a shit move at such a late stage. I really have enjoyed using this little bag of shit, but I must confess, Alolan Grimer and Muck are simply beautiful. But I cannot use this in the game, although it would be fun to use. Although I could play Radical Red and do it like that. Maybe I will, but that's for another day. The time is now, and it's time to get rid of the Elite Four. Lorelei is first, and I'm going to need to use the Harden trick, and there's no way I can do it without it. So once again I use Harden, and thanks to Gen 1 being Gen 1, Dugong just uses Rest all the time because it's a Psychic move. Cheers game! With this done, I go after it, and it only takes 2 Sludges. The Cloyster is doing fuck all as well, but it does take 3 to go down. The Slowbro has the same Gen 1 problem and just uses the Amnesia, which is a Psychic move, which means I can just body slam, dead. The Jinx uses physical attacks, which means I can thrash it out of the park. I hit the Lapras with body slam, but then it hits me with a Blizzard and fuck, nearly gone. I go for a Sludge and shit, it does not die, but then Generation 1 helps me out again, and it uses a Super Potion instead of, you know what, killing me. Now it's time for our favourite pissball human being, Bruno. Now as we've seen, rock types can really piss me off. I meet the Rock Snake and I use one Harden and the Poison the Onix, and then we both start using Harden, which is brilliant. Okay, yeah, let me do what I want. With Onix using Rage, I can just sit back and let the Poison do its stuff. No point attacking it and just pissing it off. I use Body Slam on the Hitmonchan and it's doing nothing to me. I then level up and lose the attack boosts, but I do still have those defense boosts, which meant I wasn't worried at all. The Hitmonlee goes down easy enough. I poison the next Onix and have to hope I can survive because I am in a dodgy position, but it doesn't work and I get killed by Rage. Bollocks. I try again and start using Harden again, and this time I'm able to remove the Onix, Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee very easily. I poison the second Rock Snake and then I just have to hope. It uses Rage and I'm able to let the poison do the job, and I have bugger all moves left. I use Body Slam, but I can see I'm not going to finish it. I then poison it the next turn and it goes for Fissure, which does nothing. I use Body Slam and nearly finish it, and now I'm out of moves, and just when I think I've done it, oh, fucking critical, are you joking? I'm so close. I try again and get to the Machamp with way more health and moves, and this time I paralyze the dickhead, and because it's not attacking back, I just click Body Slam and slap the fucker to get the win. I'm now faced with the big problem, Agatha. It's going to be an absolute dick with the moves I have, and there's no way I can do it. I also didn't want to go back and start again. I did have the TM for Thunderbolt, so I thought Poison Gas is now done with, so I switched it for the Electricity. The thing is, it's going to do fuck all because Grimer is not a special attacking mon. Gengar is first, and straight from the off, I'm slower. It misses the Hypnosis, but Nightshade is a huge problem. It takes me 5 Hardens to finally be faster than it, and Thunderbolt doesn't even do half. Fuck me. She switches for Golbat, and I can Body Slam to kill that in 2. I'm confused from the bat, which makes this just even better. I do get rid of the Gengar, but then I level up, so I lose all the boosts, and the Haunter can screw me over, as it's now faster than me. This is going to be a huge problem. It is simply luck if I get my boosts off, because the Gengar can put me to sleep, use Dream Eater, and just genuinely be a dick. I need to have so much luck to make this work. Like, please, don't put me to sleep. Don't confuse me, or Nightshade me, or just do anything. Gengar's a dick, but then there's a Haunter as a dick, and then there's a Golbat, and there's still another Gengar as well. I then thought, you know what, can't do this, so I had to use some rare candies that I was saving, and I decided to leave myself with 2. The reason for this was to hope to not level up during the battle, which will remove my boosts. Finally, the luck is with me. The Gengar switches early, and I get my boosts in. I'm confused, which is great, but I break through and I'm able to take out the Golbat. The battle against Gengar still needs to go my way, but I paralyze it. It switches to Haunter, and then it goes for Dream Eater for some reason, and I can kill it. I use another Thunderbolt, and then it's paralyzed. Christ alive! I use Body Slam on the Arbok, and nearly does it, but then it paralyzes me. Finally, it is Gengar, and it uses Confuse Ray to make things so much more fun. I then paralyze it for good measure and just pray. It uses Dream Eater, stupid AI, and then I'm able to kill it. And I'm so happy this was done, but it was a lot of luck to make that work. To be honest, this win should not have happened, but you know what, screw you game. I healed up and used another rare candy to reduce the chances of leveling up. I wasn't worried about Lance, and you're going to soon see why. Well, there was one concern, the Gyarados. I used one Harden and it Hyper Beams me first. It uses Dragon Rage, which takes me down to 62 HP, and then a Hydro Pump killed me. Okay, so maybe a little bit worried. I use Hardens again, and it doesn't really want to attack. It misses a Hyper Beam, and then it starts doing nothing. I use Thunderbolt and get rid of it in one. Now the fun part, Gen 1 AI just wants to use Agility on me, so I'm free to use Harden and just click Body Slam when ready. Lance tried to save his dragons, but it's useless. His second one shares the same fate. The Aerodactyl is shocked out of the sky, and finally it's Dragonite, which guess what? Oh what? It dies in one, and that is the end of the Dragon King. One more to go and it's CPC. Same preparation, heal and use a rare candy to get ready. Come on you bastard. CPC starts with a stupid fat fucking bird, and I use Harden and it starts using Sky Attack, which is fine. Use that. I'll just keep hardening as its moves go do nothing to me. When I was ready, I body slammed it to death. I have the speed over the Alakazam and kill it in one. Riding could be a pain, but I remembered I had Toxic. You dickhead. I've had this move for so long, but only remembered before this fight it's a TM in my possession. But this makes the match a whole lot easier. Fury Attack is doing nothing to me, but the poison is destroying it, but my own weight does the job. The Executor is killed by a Sludge, and the Gyarados gets a Slam and leers at me. Really? However, I do level up, and now it's me versus Charizard. If it uses Flamethrower, I'm fucked. But it uses Rage. Come, you're joking. And I win. It's done, and this is all over. I did really enjoy doing this one. It really was a great game to do, and as a reward, I let Muck backwards evolve into Muck. Good boy. I hope you all enjoyed this too. What's next? Well, I think I'm going to do a new game, Altered Red, and I really enjoyed playing that one. Expect that one in 4 weeks' time. And until then, I've been HBT, and this has been my Muck spelt backwards. Bye bye.